Hello everybody, how are we? I just want to apologise. I am very late. I promised I'd be on about 2:40 and I'm not. So I'm really sorry that I'm late on. My parents rang me up with a tech issue that I tried to help them solve, and just as I was setting up, so I had to go and help them with that, which is why I'm a little late to start this stream, so I do apologise. I do apologise for that. But we're here, live watch along for the Hungarian Grand Prix. The pre-session intro is just about to start, so let's get this party started, shall we? Oh god, what am I doing? I'm a really good streamer, I swear. For that. Yep, sound is working. I don't know why I'm paranoid about that every single time, but let's change the scene. Change the scene, why not? And load all of this stuff up. Also had a bit of stress. I was trying to book a holiday, and as I was doing it, my bank decided to decline my card and stop it, which was really fun. I've managed to get it active again, which is good, but it's probably done me a favour actually. I was going to go to Bournemouth, but it was going to be really, really expensive. So I think it's probably done me a good service. Good service? Good. Oh, my brain's all over the place. I've had such a scramble trying to set this all up that my brain is just fried. I've literally just been dashing to try and get this sorted. Here we go. Right, let's get this screen up. See you guys. Sorted. Right, there we go. Right, I'll need the back. Oh, sorry guys, this is a bit of a mess. Here we go. Who do you reckon is going to get pole? Betting on my man again, Oscar Piastri. Did the business last weekend. Got a feeling he'll do it again. We cut to the beautiful surroundings of Budapest. It's a track that gets a fair bit of stick. I actually quite like the Hungarian. I know it's not the greatest for overtaking, but to drive around, I think it's pretty decent. So I was messaging my mum about something. It's been a really solid start to the stream, guys. I'm so sorry. Right, let's get back into it. So let's cut into Oscar Piastri. I'm going to try not to do what I did last week. I think last week I was a bit too, literal with my observations, and I was literally just saying what I saw on screen. I'm going to try not to do that. Obviously, this is a new thing for me, so it's going to take time for me to get good at it and to, learn how to do it. But yeah, the more we practice, the better we do, as they say. It might actually be easier because it's Q1, if we have the bottom 5 in picture, so that we can see what we're doing. I'm not sure how, I'm not convinced on this live timing screen yet. This is the one that I used last week, but it does, I think it's about 30 seconds ahead of what I can see on the screen, because I've got Now TV, so I'm kind of behind what you can see here, but hopefully, provide you with enough to go on. So yeah, Red Bull, bit of a shocker in FP3 this morning. Obviously Max Verstappen in 12th place, Yuki Tsunoda in 19th. So yeah, a bit of a difficult weekend. I actually, the one time I picked Tsunoda in the top 10, and he just has an absolute shocker. So, yeah, we're probably looking at a Q1 exit for Yuki potentially. Max Verstappen, that's the question. Can he get into Q3? And that's not a question you ask very often of Max Verstappen. I imagine he will wrangle everything out of that Red Bull and somehow get it to like the top 5 or something. But you never know. Yeah, Q1 is underway. We have no cars on track as of yet, or from what I'm seeing anyway. So for reference, it says 16 minutes and 40 on my timing screen and 17 minutes 15 on what I can see. So it's about 35-second delay from what I can see to what you can see. Not that anyone particularly cares that much. Yeah, we're getting no on-track running as of yet. I imagine we'll get some cars coming out fairly soon. Oh, we have a car on track. Alex Albon is coming out after his 5th place. Well, his P5 in Belgian qualifying last time around. 6th place in the race. Did an excellent job. He's looked fairly decent around here. Oh, he certainly did on Friday anyway. Carlos Sainz, in contrast, needs to sort out his qualifying form. 18th, 17th, 19th, 11th and 15th in his last 5 races. So yeah, Alex Albon keeping the upper hand that he managed to grab at the start of the season. Carlos Sainz slowly easing his way into that Williams car, but obviously it's been quite a tricky few races for Williams in general. And there's a man, Kimi Antonelli, who definitely needs a very, very good weekend. Looked very quick in FP3. I think he ended up 4th, or 5th fastest behind the McLarens and the Ferraris. So Kimi Antonelli, hopefully for him, have a very good weekend. He won here in F2 last year, so hopefully he can have another good... Oh, lockup was that? That was one of the Williamses. I can't tell which one. There was a big lockup into turn 1. That will have ruined the tyres and potentially ruined the lap as well. What was I saying about Kimi Antonelli? Yeah, just needs a good weekend. Get his confidence back up. Go into the summer break in a happy frame of mind. I'm guessing that's Carlos Sainz that locked up, because Albon, they're showing Albon now and a bit that Sainz had already gone through. So Verstappen on track, Tsunoda on track as well. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see where those Red Bulls end up, because it has been a bit of a disastrous weekend for them so far. I think reality has set in for Laurent Mekies a little bit here. And yeah, I think it's just be interesting to see where Red Bull end up in 2026. Obviously, completely new regulations. But, you know, they've declined so much in the last couple of years. Lost so many key personnel. A lot of people saying that it could be the beginning of the end for Red Bull. Especially if, obviously I know Verstappen's staying next year. But, you know, I think Verstappen's mindset is stay with Red Bull for 2026, see where everybody is, and then make a decision based on that. As Alex Albon goes top of the timesheets, although it's only him, and I think Sainz must have aborted his lap, I'm guessing. Showing a replay of Sainz now, that huge lock-up into turn 1 that would have taken so much out of that front right tyre. I imagine... Oh, Carlos Sainz second, so I'm guessing he completed his lap. Got a bit of a banker in, I'm guessing. It's not showing times as of yet, it's just oh no. The Science with a 118.2, Albon with a 117.4. Bear in mind that Piastri was setting 114s this morning. Obviously I know that Williams are going to be nowhere near that pace, but yeah, in terms of a cut-off time, not quite sure what that is yet. As we watch Max Verstappen. Now this is interesting. Will he be faster than Albon through the first sector? Albon set a 28.1. What is Verstappen gonna do? He goes 3 tenths faster. He's 3 tenths up on Albon. Purple sector, but that's purely because no one, apart from the Williams drivers, no one's really run, as Piastri and Norris now take to the track, and I'm sure they will take those purple sectors away from Max Verstappen. But he's gone a little bit wide there, Verstappen, but he's managed to keep it together as he heads towards the end of the second sector now. Kicks up a bit of dust, 9 tenths clear of Albon, so maybe Max has found something in that Red Bull, found a little bit. I don't expect him to be challenging the McLarens or even the Ferraris, but I think for him, if he can do enough to get into that top 10, that'll be good for him, as he goes fastest so far with a 116.3, although I'm now seeing, I've looked at the time screen and I've seen what Piastri and Norris are about to do, and it's almost like I can read into the future, because on your screen it will say that Piastri and Norris are 1 and 2. I'm watching Lando Norris now coming through that final sector. Piastri's just on rails around here. Like Lando Norris has been very quick as well, but Piastri's constantly putting in purple sectors. Norris goes fastest with a 115.9. Piastri comes around the final corner now, and he will set a 115.5 and goes top by 3 tenths of a second. It's mental. Hamilton's on a decent lap as well. I imagine he'll pop himself into third, I'm guessing, between Norris and Verstappen. Tsunoda sets a 116.5, so he's on Verstappen's pace. It's just whether Red Bull have pace, as Hamilton goes third fastest indeed with a 115.949. So 10 minutes to go in this session. Oscar Piastri going a little bit wide, kicking up a bit of dust, but no harm done. Obviously on 3 tenths clear, so maybe there's even more to find. And obviously Hamilton driving through that dust. It's not really dust, it's more like sand, and shows how much I know about geography or geology, or just stop talking, Dan. Just stop talking. Charles Leclerc comes around the final corner and goes 6th, only 6th fastest, behind the Astons of Alonso and Stroll, who have been decent this weekend. See, Aston Martin had an absolute disaster class in Spa. Obviously, the track really not suited to their car. They come to a circuit with much less straights, much more corners, and they look absolutely brilliant. Alonso 4 tenths off, Stroll a 10th back from that. Hadjar's now split them to go 5th. Antonelli only a couple of hundredths down on Piastri, looking mighty there. So come around the last couple of corners. Where's Antonelli going to end up? This might give Lando Norris a bit of work to do. Antonelli comes around the final corner now and goes 2nd fastest, 2 tenths off. George Russell now, his turn. What can he do? And he goes 2nd fastest, just 7 hundredths behind Piastri. So there's more time for Lando Norris to find. He's currently 4th, 3 tenths down on Piastri. Andrew Shovlin will be very happy with that. Oh my god, why is my mum sending me like 95 photos? Right, Williams boys currently 19th and 20th after their first runs. I'm guessing they're very safe banker attempts. Albon comes around the final corner. Oh no, that's Sainz, sorry. He's not even on the final corner, where is he? Oh, Science is set at 116 point something to go 15th. Albon now round the final corner. And he only manages 15th. So Williams not on the pace this weekend. I didn't put either of them in the top 10 in my predictions, and that might be coming true. Because both Albon and Sainz are right on the bubble. Sainz is in that bottom 5 at the moment. Oh, why have you done... Oh, what? There we go. Got the bottom 5 now. And now my mum's sending me holiday prices. Right, we are now watching. Who are we watching? We're watching a Williams car. That is Albon coming back into the pit, so we're entering that kind of lull now. Where no cars are on track, they're all coming back into the pits to obviously change tyres and work on anything that they need to work on. And yeah, we're just going to hit that. Oh no, we've got an Aston Martin on track. Is it Stroll or is it Alonso? Can't tell. I should be able to tell their helmets apart by now. Obviously one's got the yellow on the T-cam and one hasn't. Oh, I see a number 14. So that'd be Fernando Alonso. Seems a bit early to go out for a second run. Especially when, Alonso's pretty on the pace. He's 6th at the moment, 4 tenths behind Piastri. Although the top 17 are spread by less than a second, down to Tsunoda in 17th. The gap is nearly a second. You've got Behrman in 18th, who's just over a second. Gasly in 19th, 1.1. Ocon in 20th with 1.2. So the field spread is very, very narrow. So unless Aston Martin are thinking, get some clean air and, be able to set our laps without any worries about traffic, because obviously traffic is quite a prevalent issue around here. Felipe Drugovich. Hope he gets an opportunity next year. And I've seen rumours linking him with a Cadillac seat potentially, but Drugovich he's been very patient. He's been waiting for his opportunity for some time, and I hope he gets it pretty soon, because he seems, every time he runs an FP1 session, he seems pretty on it. A decent pace. Obviously, he's a Formula 2 champion. He's got pedigree. And sadly, there just seems to be those couple of drivers in every generation that just get overlooked, and they don't have the career that they should have. They don't get the opportunities they should get, and I'm hoping that Drugovich doesn't turn out to be one of those. Stroll goes fastest in the first sector. We set a purple first sector, so we're hitting obviously track evolution. The track ramping up as the session goes on, as more rubber gets laid down. Stroll's purple sector turns to green, I think, as Alonso has gone fastest with a 27.5. Stroll still quick, personal best, a couple of hundredths, should I say, up on Piastri's time as he heads towards the last couple of corners around that sweeping left-hander, towards the pit entry, around the final right-hander, drive to the line, and Stroll goes third with a 1:15.6. That should see him through. Alonso set 2 purple sectors. He's looking rapid as he comes around that final corner. And Alonso goes fastest with a 1:15.2. Ocon's on the radio saying I've got screws stuck on my front right. So on the tyre or on the wheel? So we're going to look at it. So whether they've done something when changing the tyres over. So there's a bit of a kerfuffle here in the pit lane. Hamilton's in front of Leclerc. Lawson's behind. They're all sort of trundling slowly. I think it's because Ocon's got an issue. Ocon's going very slowly. I can see that. I can see it in the right front tyre. That screw sort of rotating around. But is that going to eat into the tyre? Is it going to cause a problem? As Verstappen starts his lap. Verstappen currently 13th, so needs a lap. Oh, why does it keep doing? I want to look at the bottom 5 because they're going out. Stop. Keeps messing with my screen. So the current bottom 5 currently Sainz, Tsunoda, Behrman, Gasly, and Ocon. Verstappen a 10th down on Alonso's time. I think Verstappen I think it's just get through. Which I know sounds very, very weird to say about Max Verstappen. But that Red Bull is struggling. Oh, it's gone up to the top again. I don't care who goes. No one cares who finishes top of Q1. Alright, it's all about the bottom 5. Stop it. Verstappen 3/10 down on Piastri. This time should be enough. Oh, whatever. Every time the driver sets a time, it goes straight up to the top again. Right, do you know what, mate? Whatever. So Verstappen comes around the final corner to set his time. He sets a 1:15.736, goes 6th fastest. Antonelli in the pits, he should be alright. Tsunoda goes 8th fastest, only a 10th behind Verstappen. So Tsunoda's staying on Max's pace this weekend. Is that Max struggling with the car? Is that Red Bull just being slow? I don't know what it is. Bortoleto in 14th. He's now 5th. Bloody hell. 5th fastest for Gabriel Bortoleto. He's only half a 10th behind Norris. Norris, I'm assuming, is going to come around and set a lap soon. He's not in the pits, so I'm assuming he's out there at the moment. As Gasly comes around, he's 19th, needs a time to get him out of Q1. Colapinto is the man in 15th, not anymore, because Gasly's gone up to 13th and he's knocked his teammate into the bottom 5. Charles Leclerc, a man on the bubble, currently in 15th place, Hamilton in 13th, so Ferrari need to hook this lap together. As Hamilton goes decent first sector, only a 10th down on Piastri. I imagine Hamilton and Leclerc will get through without any issues. Obviously Ferrari have been, I think, comfortably the second quickest car this weekend. Ooh, Hamilton getting a little bit twitchy, but manages to save it. Heading into that second sector, Charles Leclerc going through that chicane on the mini screen. Hamilton coming round now. He's through not the greatest middle sector, but he's still only 3/10 down. But I imagine he'll be alright. I don't think there'll be any issues. Charles Leclerc set a purple first sector, a green second sector. He could end up top in the timesheets. As Hamilton comes around the final sector now. He sets a 1:15 point something. It's taken him up to 9th place. It's got him through. Ocon and Hulkenberg are out of qualifying. Ocon, yep, I think Gasly's out as well. Liam Lawson, what can he do? Leclerc ended up in 5th. Lawson goes 14th, pushes Tsunoda into the bottom 5. It's a Q1 elimination for Yuki Tsunoda, who is only 6/10 behind Piastri. Very harsh. The entire field is split by a second. Alex Albon in 20th place is 1.012 seconds off. I don't know if Albon's coming around to set a time. I mean, the directors didn't pick it up last week. Alex Albon got 5th in Spa. Directors didn't pick it up. So, oh no, he's in the pits. So the 5 drivers going out in Q1 are Yuki Tsunoda, Pierre Gasly, Esteban Ocon, Nico Hulkenberg, and Alex Albon. So a couple of surprising eliminations. Yuki Tsunoda, obviously disappointing weekend for Red Bull. Pierre Gasly, thought he'd get out. Esteban Ocon, yeah, difficult weekend for Haas so far. Behrman's got through. Hulkenberg, P19 seems to be his trademark now. He just blasts through the field. I don't think it'll bother him starting there. Alex Albon, that Williams, really, really struggling. Really struggling this weekend. But Max Verstappen managed to get through. But can he get through to Q3? That is the question. Isaac Hadjar in third, Gabriel Bortoleto in sixth. I think those two have been so impressive this year. I think they're definitely the two standout rookies, I think. Bortoleto finally showing us what he can do. Now he's got a decent car underneath him, and Hadjar's just been brilliant all year. So yeah, Alonso in second as well. I mean, you can't really read a lot into Q1 times, to be honest. Because at the end of the day, it's all about getting through. Yeah, Aston looked really, really quick. Stroll in ninth. But yeah, Aston looked very decent this weekend. It's a track that very much suits their car. Antonelli only 13th fastest, but he got through. Hopefully he can build on that. Colapinto getting into Q2. Good for him. I think he needs a brilliant weekend, doesn't he? He needs just anything. Obviously rumours lingering about Colapinto potentially being replaced after the summer break. Yeah, just needs a good weekend. Like Antonelli, really. Just two drivers who are probably low on confidence and just need something to go their way. And Ollie Behrman, who, as Crofty said about 9,000 times this weekend, could be the first driver ever to finish 5 consecutive races in the same position other than first. So he's finished 11th in the last 4 races. Hadjar's on the radio saying that Behrman's impeded him in turn 2, so Behrman could be getting a penalty his way. I didn't really see it clearly, to be honest. It didn't look obvious from what I saw. But like I just said, I didn't see it properly. So we wait and see what the verdict is on that one. It's a very disappointed Yuki Tsunoda walks back to his garage. We've got a yellow flag at the moment. Is that just because the session hasn't started? I'm saying track hazard. So the session's going to start at 16:27 local time. I'm assuming there's something on the track that shouldn't be. Max Verstappen hasn't thrown another towel out there, has he? Yeah. There you go, the Mexican wave. The ultimate sign that a sport event is dull as ditch water. Ditch water? Dishwater? Or is it ditch water? Oh, God, my brain. It no work. By the way, guys, if you are enjoying the stream, be sure to leave a like on there for me. And if you're new around here and you like what you see, why not get subscribed so that you can be notified of more of this glorious commentary from yours truly. Why am I going? Oh God, trying messing with my phone. Too many apps. So the session's going to restart in 2.5 minutes. I don't know what there is on the track. They're currently interviewing Zach. Are they interviewing Zach Brown, or are they just looking at him? I don't know. Alright, let's go on the old Twitter. See, actually, what I can do is I can check the Swindon score. Now we're just looking at random shit. Right. Swindon Town FC. Walsall down to 10 men. Oh, Walsall 1-0 up. Great. Brilliant. Good start. Supposed to be the promotion season. Oh, 45 games to go. After today. Killed him in anyway. Let's see what people are saying about this qualifying session. Hashtag Hungarian Grand Prix. Nothing important. Given McLaren has wrapped up the Constructors' title, I think they should allow both sides of the garage to run independently, stop sharing data, and let them go racing for the Drivers' Championship. I totally agree. It is a straight fight now. It's like in the Mercedes days when Rosberg and Hamilton were just so far clear of everybody else, and no one could get near them. So you just had to let them fight for it. Right, so Q2 is about to start any minute. The tyre blankets come off. And Oscar Piastri going out quite early. Some guy from Racing Bulls nearly getting run over as both their drivers come out at the same time. Pretty much everyone's going out on the track early. This could be a bit of a kerfuffle. I was surprised. I thought lots of McLaren and Ferrari might wait a couple of minutes, but evidently not. There's some guy holding everybody up. They're doing practice starts and pullaways. I don't know. It's got to be Ollie Behrman, isn't it? Because Ocon's out. Very, very slow out of the pit lane. Should they be allowed to do this? Colapinto's on the blower. Getting frustrated. I think if you want to do that stuff, you should pull to the side. Let the others go past. Just unnecessary, I think. But what do I know? What do I know? I'm just some fat idiot that sat on a sofa telling F1 drivers what to do. Jonathan Wheatley's got his hand out. Is he checking for rain or is he signalling one of his drivers to go? It's very cloudy at the moment around Budapest. I didn't know if there was going to be any rain. As Kimi Antonelli is the first driver to start a flying lap. Oh, that's going to be tight with that Red Bull. It just gets out of the way. The patch of rain passing turn 1, turn 5 essentially. So that's the right-hander after that blind left-hander. Antonelli takes quite a wide line there, but makes it through okay. Kicks up a bit of dust. So it comes towards the end of the first sector, so it's a 27.8. That's purple has immediately changed to green. Someone's gone faster. Guessing it's either Alonso, Russell. Oh, it's Russell. That's taken that purple. He's now got green. Someone else has got the purple. We don't know who it is. Antonelli sets a 55.0 for the second sector. He's going to be the first one to go. Oh, gets a bit on the dirt there. Might have cost him a tenth or two. So Verstappen's radio says expect best conditions at the end of the session as Antonelli comes around the final corner to set a banker time of 1:16.3. Not too bad, not too shabby. Russell sets a 1:16.0, so goes a couple of tenths quicker. Lance Stroll is going to come around the final corner now. And he is going to set, he's going fastest with a 1:15.6. Aston's maintaining their quick pace around the circuit. We wait to see what Alonso does. He set purple sectors everywhere, and he goes fastest with a 1:15.3. Obviously, we haven't had the McLarens come out or the Ferraris come out yet, so I expect these lot to be shuffled down to 5th, 6th, 7th places. Behrman sets a 15.9 to go a 10th clear of Russell. Bortoletto goes in 5th, slots between Russell and Antonelli with a 16.3 as Lando Norris. Now that McLaren just looks... It's like, you know, when you're watching like a superhero and they're going so quickly that you can actually see the screen blurring. That's what it's like when you're watching this McLaren. It's just so fucking fast. Norris gets a little bit wide, but it's okay. I thought he took a bit too much curb there, but I think he got away with it. So Alonso set a 54.1. What's Norris going to set now? A 53.8, I'm guessing, as he goes 3 tenths quicker. I imagine this is going to be Lando Norris comfortably to the top of the timesheets. Piastri's yet to set a time. Hamilton on a lap as well. As Norris goes fast, it's half a second clear, of Alonso in second with a 1:14.8. Piastri on a lap now, not as quick as Norris so far. He's set a purple sector, but he's still a 10th down on Lando. As Hamilton comes through now, the Ferrari looking a little bit twitchy, but still pretty decent as he comes around to set goes 9th fastest. 1.3 seconds off Lando Norris's time. Piastri comes through the final sector and he goes half a tenth behind Norris to go second. Hamilton 10th, that's surprising. Charles Leclerc 10th as well. A Ferrari on used tyres. That might explain why. If they're going on a used tyre run, that makes sense, but Ferrari got a lot more pace than that, surely. It's really surprising. So Hadjar in 5th, Behrman 6th, both going really well. Russell 7th, Verstappen 8th, Lawson 9th, Leclerc 10th. Colapinto's had his time deleted for track limits infringement. Let's see what happened to Franco Colapinto. So coming through after the chicane on that left-hander into the right. Oh yeah, just lost the back end. Lost about half a second there. Did he have all 4 wheels out? Yeah, he did. It's unlucky. That's just unfortunate rather than anything else. But yeah, he's lost his time as well, which seems a bit counterproductive given that he lost half a second anyway, but rules are rules, I guess. Lewis Hamilton on the bubble in 11th place. And Leclerc saying focus please. In 11th place. Oh, shut up. Leclerc saying focus please on one thing, which is to go out as soon as possible. I don't care about anything else. I want the least possible cars on exit out of the pit lane. So Leclerc's obviously frustrated. Feels that it may have hampered his run. Also, I'm enjoying doing this. I got to be honest. After Spa, I wasn't so sure. I didn't think I'd done a particularly great job with it. But yeah, I am actually enjoying doing these. So I'm hoping you are too. And I might continue this. I was using these 2 races as a trial. See how it goes. If people like it, I might continue it after the summer break. If people don't, then I won't. I'm not promising that I'll do it for every single race because there might be some races that I just want to sit back and watch. But yeah. Lance Stroll comes out for a second run. Again, Aston's going out quite early. Getting out quite early. And it worked last time, so why not do it again? Get a clear track and all that. Yeah, we are hitting that lull now. 6.5 minutes to go where no cars are on track. Oh, what am I doing? Right, so currently on the bubble we have, not on the bubble, Leclerc's on the bubble. In the bottom 5 we have Hamilton, Sainz, Bortoleto, Antonelli and Colapinto. I'd expect Sainz, Bortoleto, or maybe not even Bortoleto, but I'd expect Sainz and Colapinto to be there. Antonelli being there, again, he needs to get into Q3. It's a bit of confidence. I don't think he can afford to have many more non-point scoring finishes. I don't think he'll get dropped. There's been rumours flying around that maybe Antonelli could be loaned somewhere else, or I don't think that will happen. I think Mercedes will be quite patient with him, and you never know. Going into these new 2026 regulations, these new cars might suit him a lot better and be quicker on the pace. But you know, you've got to remember, at the end of the day, right, it's his rookie season. He's 18 years old. You know, he's going to need time to adapt to it. And you know, if you're an 18-year-old kid and Mercedes say, "Hey, do you want to come and drive my F1 car?" You know, you're not going to say no, are you? Yes. But yeah, he just needs time. You know, I don't think it would help people jumping on him too early. And Mercedes knew that. You know, they were willing to take that chance on him. As all of the cars start coming out now for their final runs, Lance Stroll goes third fastest, 0.2 off the McLarens. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top in Q2. So Piastri took Q1. If Norris takes Q2, will that give him a psychological edge for Q3? Who knows? Obviously, Lando Norris was the pole sitter here last year. Oscar Piastri took the lead, and then we had that mess, didn't we, with the McLaren pit wall. And you know, Piastri ended up getting a very underwhelming first victory as a result. Carlos Sainz is currently trapped, waiting for other cars to come out. He's now fed out behind Colapinto. They're all just... It's like a bunch of kids waiting for... What do kids wait for nowadays? I should know. I've been a TA for 10 years. I should know what kids like nowadays. Bunch of kids waiting for an ice cream. So use something from my day. That's about as accidental partridge as you can get. Charles Leclerc. It's got clear air. That rhymes. Currently in 10th place. Both Ferraris need to make an improvement on this run. 2.5 seconds. 2.5 seconds. 2.5. Jesus Christ, my brain. 2.5 minutes of qualifying left to go. Charles Leclerc starts his final run now. We ride on board down towards turn 2. Is that turn 2 or turn 3? I think this is turn 2, that snaky left-hander. This right-hander's turn 3. As we head up the hill towards the blind turn 4. Charles Leclerc only half a hundredth off. so far. Not a bad first sector, personal best. Hamilton is following him through. We can see him on the mini screen. What's he going to do? He's a tenth up on Leclerc. So decent start for Hamilton. So both Ferraris doing what they need to do to get into Q3. Charles Leclerc comes through. He's lost a bit of time. Lost 0.3. That's okay. But there's quite a big gap. So the field spread is much bigger in this session. I imagine that will come down as the final runs. As we get into the final runs now, Charles Leclerc around the final corner. And he goes 5th fastest. 5 or half a second off Norris. Is that going to be enough with the way this track is changing? Lewis Hamilton, only 7th fastest. Ferraris might be a little bit nervous. A little bit. Oh, Antonelli very wide. Oh, I thought he was going to spin then. Held it together brilliantly. Antonelli 0.6 up on Leclerc's time. Antonelli could put himself maybe 3rd, potentially. Coming around the final couple of corners now. Antonelli is really wrestling that Mercedes, you can see. Around the final corner, Leclerc set a benchmark of a 16.1. Antonelli goes 8th fastest. He's ended up slower than Leclerc. George Russell on 11th place currently. Needs a decent time, gets himself up to 4th. Max Verstappen currently 12th. What can he do? Behrman is the cut-off. Max Verstappen only 8th fastest. Hamilton drops into the bottom 5. So is that Hamilton out? Oh yeah, Hamilton won't have time. Won't have time to set another lap. I think Lewis Hamilton's out. 13th place. Piastri comes round, stays 2nd fastest. I think Hamilton's out. Wow. Did not expect that. Colapinto comes around the final corner, goes up to 14th, displaces Sainz, but Sainz is right behind him. And he could take back Colapinto. Where's he going to go? He goes 14th fastest. Colapinto back down to 15th. So, Lewis Hamilton is out in Q2. 13th place. Really a disappointing season for Lewis Hamilton. Has just gone a little bit worse. The Antonelli's out as well. 11th place. Misses out by 0.006 of a second. Ollie Behrman in 12th. Antonelli. Fine margins. Very, very fine margins. Hamilton on the radio saying every time he looks very, very fed up. And you do wonder if this Ferrari fairy tale move is something that he may be starting to regret a little bit. As Antonelli heads to the weighbridge, it's on the radio. I'm assuming he's been told that he is out. But I don't think he did terribly. 11th isn't too bad. Was he 50? Oh, he lost the time. He's 15th. Oh, has he had a time deleted? Charles Leclerc lost a little bit, so I'm guessing Antonelli must have had a time to... Oh, Leclerc got very, very squirrely. Just about kept that Ferrari together as he went through turn 4. Let's look at Oscar Piastri, even he got a bit slidey through that chicane. So, yeah, to revise that, Behrman is 11th. He misses out by 0.07. If my timing screen's correct, I don't know if it's updated. So I'll just give you the bottom 5. So Behrman, Hamilton, Sainz, Colapinto and Antonelli all out of the session. And going into Q3, we have Norris, Piastri, Stroll, Russell, Alonso, Leclerc, Hadjar, Verstappen, Lawson and Bortoleto. It's another excellent qualifying session that Bortoleto is putting together. His teammate going out in Q1, and he gets into Q3 again. And Ollie Behrman continuing his love affair with 11th place. He's there again. What was I going to talk about? I can't remember. There's something I was going to say. Can't remember. Oh yeah. So Hamilton and Antonelli seem to be qualifying buddies. Seem to be always getting through to the same. They seem to get knocked out in the same session. They get knocked out in Q1 together. They get knocked out in Q2 together, or they go through to Q3 together. It's qualifying friends. But yeah. So I've got coverage will resume shortly. Just doing some heavy lifting on Now TV these days. Right, let's have a look. Swindon Town FC. Still 1-0 Walsall. Great. Right. What am I doing? What am I looking at? Right, hashtag Hungarian Grand Prix. So yeah, double Q3 for the Racing Bulls. So my prediction of both Racing Bulls finishing in the top 10 this weekend is looking good. And my prediction of Ocon finishing 6th isn't looking so good. But Max is through to Q3. I don't know if he's going to do much more beyond that. Gabriel Bortoletto, brilliant job he's doing at the moment. I'm so glad he's struggled a lot in the earlier season when that Sauber was an absolute tractor. But now he's got a decent car underneath him. He's really showing what a promising driver he is. Yeah, it's just showing Lewis Hamilton struggling. Yeah, you do wonder if he's looking at this Ferrari move and thinking, I've made a bit of a mistake here. I mean, not that Mercedes are that much better off. But yeah, is it quite the fairy tale that he wanted it to be? I know the move had a lot of hype. A 7-time world champion joining Ferrari, it's always going to have a lot of hype. But yeah, just hasn't worked out so far in the way that he hoped. But there's still time. You never know. Ferrari might be in a good place next year, and Hamilton might be further up. Who knows? But he seems to have struggled with this regulation cycle as a whole. Really, just hasn't seemed to get to grips with these new reg changes. Only had 2 wins in the last 4 seasons. Maybe since 2021, maybe his motivation's gone a little bit. I don't know. But could be plenty of factors. There's also age as well. He's 40 years old now. So I know people make the excuse. People talk about Alonso still sticking around and still being relatively decent, but drivers decline at different rates. But yeah, Hamilton having another difficult weekend. I think he'll be praying for rain tomorrow. I don't know if there is any rain forecast. I don't think there is. Yeah. So qualifying is about to restart in about 35 seconds time. And then we'll be underway as we look at Isaac Hadjar. I think he's only failed to reach Q3 once, which for a rookie is mental. Oscar Piastri looking calm and unfazed as usual as he gets the fan out. And Max Verstappen, what can he do in this third part of qualifying? Can he somehow drag that Red Bull into the top 5, or is it going to be a painful continuation of Red Bull's weekend? But I think he's done a brilliant job to get that car to where it is. So you know that Max Verstappen is going to wrangle everything out of that Red Bull. But yeah, I think he's saving their blushes yet again as we get Q3 underway. And surprise, surprise, Aston Martin are the first team out on track. It's Lance Stroll, I believe. Right, come on, who are we reckoning? Piastri or Norris? See, Piastri top Q1, Norris top Q2. So very, very little to separate these two, as that has been all year, really. The Mercedes of George Russell trundles out of the pit lane. Yeah, they're not all bunching up together this time. They're a bit more spaced out. So there's 5 less cars on the track, but they're all sort of sticking to their own points. They're all very evenly spaced out. I think Hadjar's the only one that's yet to go out. Whether he's planning to set a time, I don't know, or maybe just go out at the end. Piastri's 7-6 up in qualifying this year. It's been insanely close between the McLarens. They're both very, very quick qualifiers. I think Piastri's got 5 poles this year to Lando Norris's 4, and then Max Verstappen has got the other 4. It's amazing to think that Max has got 4 poles at all in that Red Bull, to be honest. Saying on my screen that Norris has set a 10:16.064, which is not quite the McLaren pace that we're used to. And Piastri's in second with an 8-minute 56, so he's gone a minute and a half faster. Right, so Lance Stroll seems to be on a push lap. He is on a push lap. He'll be the first person to set his time. It's been a good weekend for Lance Stroll so far. Obviously still ahead of Alonso in the championship, I believe. Let's see what he can do as he comes around these final couple of corners. Alonso has set 2 purple sectors now. Stroll is, oh my god. Stroll is about to complete his lap, his first lap, a 1:16.6. As Alonso comes around, Norris has set the purple first sector. Alonso comes around to set a 1:16.0 and go, was that 6/10 clear? Lando Norris now. I think we're on board with Oscar Piastri. Or are we? No, we're on board with Lando Norris. He goes half a second clear of Alonso in that second sector. Will comfortably go to the top of the timing sheets until Oscar Piastri sets his lap. We can see what he can do. Piastri goes half a second clear in that second sector. Jesus Christ. Lando Norris sets a 15.494. Goes top by half a second. Oscar Piastri comes around the final corner now and he sets a 15.398. Goes top by nearly 1/10 of a second. Russell's on a flyer. Russell set 2 purple sectors. What's George Russell going to do from here? Could he be an outside contender for pole position? George Russell comes around the final corner. Where is he going to end up? He goes 3rd. The 1:15.6, so he's rapid in those first 2 sectors. Lost a bit in that final one. It's Piastri from Norris from Russell. What can Verstappen do? Currently 9th, having not set a time yet. He goes 5th fastest to 16.1, so he's lagging behind Alonso at the moment. Still half a second in front of Leclerc though. And that Ferrari pace has vanished. I looked at FP3, saw Hamilton, Leclerc 3 and 4, and I thought Ferrari are comfortably second fastest round here. But their pace has vanished. It really has. So Lance Stroll has had a time delete. I did wonder why he was ninth. Time deleted, went off the track, all four wheels off the track at turn 9. Oh god, I really need a wee. I should have gone before and I didn't because I was in a rush. Can I hold on till the end of qualifying? There will be a little bit of a lull now. Can I? I'm just going to go for a... Have I still got my graphic? Have I still got my graphic? Oh, or should I just leave it? I'll leave this on. Just fuck it. I had my BRB gone for a wee thing. Right, I just need a quick wee. There's a little lull now, so I should be alright. See you in a minute. Oh, come on, microphone. Jesus. Oh, sorry about that. Right. So Stroll has gone third fastest. Alonso is about to set his lap time and go. Oil's currently fifth fastest. So Alonso goes second fastest. Although bearing in mind Piastri and Norris have yet to set their laps, so I imagine that joy is going to fade pretty fast. But Aston Martin have looked incredible this weekend. Dare I say it? Could even be the second quickest car. There's probably Mercedes with Russell, but Aston Martin have been fantastic this weekend. so much better than Spa. But obviously they've got a car that's more suited to this kind of circuit. Lando Norris about to start his lap. Alonso saying it's a good lap. It was a good lap, mate. Jesus Christ. 44-year-old man still putting in absolute bangers. It's kind of crazy now that I can, obviously with Alonso being 44, I can remember watching Alonso when he was half that age. That's mental. I've been watching Formula One for half of Fernando Alonso's life. That's mad. 2003 is when I started watching. It's been a long time. Lando Norris starts his final lap. Can he put his McLaren into pole position, or will Oscar Piastri manage to hold firm? So Leclerc has gone fastest apparently on my screen. I haven't seen him cross the line yet there. It's got a bit wide, taking the widest line possible there, Lando. As he heads up towards the first sector now. He's a little bit down on what he's on Piastri. A little bit down on what he did previously as well. Piastri comes through now. He sets a... He's down as well. This could be a bit of a damp squib unless they can find something. So Leclerc does go fastest. Leclerc goes fast. So McLaren do need to find something then. Do they know? Norris is 2/10 down. 2/10 down. He set a personal best, but he's 2/10 down on Leclerc. Charles Leclerc could be on pole position. Which sounds mental to say. I did not think I'd be saying that 5 minutes ago when he was really struggling for pace. Lando Norris across the line. Only goes third. Only goes third. McLaren have been caught out a bit, I think, here. Oscar Piastri gets towards the line and he stays second. Verstappen a 10th off Leclerc. Charles Leclerc could be on pole position here. I did not see that coming. Jesus Christ, I did not see that coming. I knew Ferrari looked quick this morning, and I was wondering where their pace had gone in quali, but Leclerc's found something. It's Max Verstappen currently 10th. 8 seconds off the pace. He's 3 seconds down here. So he's not going to get pole. Charles Leclerc on pole position. I mean, I know he's an excellent qualifier. Wow. Wow. George Russell goes 4th, half a 10th off Leclerc. Max Verstappen drives for the line now and he ends up 8th fastest. I think that's a bit. He's behind Bortoleto. A few hundredths behind Bortoleto. Disappointing session for Max Verstappen, but Charles Leclerc is on pole position for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Wow, what a lap. So McLaren's kind of paying the price, really. I think they got a little bit complacent in that second run. Maybe thought they were battling with each other. Maybe didn't factor Leclerc in. But wow, Charles Leclerc, pole position, great lap. Well done. I believe that's his first pole of the season for him and for Ferrari. Or even more head scratching for Lewis Hamilton to do. Lining up in 11th, his teammate getting pole. Wow. Brilliant lap from Charles Leclerc, well done. How can he hold on to it during the race though? What's the Ferrari's race pace going to be like? If there's one track, well, Monaco's the one track you can hold on to your advantage, but if there's one other track apart from Monaco where you can hold on to your pole position advantage, it is this track. It's so hard to overtake around here. Yeah, that surprised me. Is there a bit of rain coming down there? Or maybe just a few light drops, I don't know. But wow, Charles Leclerc, pole position. Very surprising. We cut to his team radio now, but I don't think we're going to see any of the subtitling, so I can't tell you what was being said, but I imagine there's a lot of cheering and a lot of general happiness. Yeah, Leclerc's side of the garage, very, very ecstatic, and rightly so. Yeah, surprise, McLaren looked, well, unbeatable this morning. Looked unbeatable in the first two qualifying sessions. I think they just got caught out. I think they just got a bit complacent and didn't factor in that Leclerc was going to be an issue. A bit of naivety creeping in there from McLaren, perhaps. I'm watching this on mute, so I can't really. I can only say on what I see, but that's what it seems like anyway. Yeah, so Charles Leclerc takes pole. Oscar Piastri in second place on the front row. Lando Norris qualifies third. George Russell an excellent fourth for Mercedes. Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll brilliant to line up fifth and sixth. Great result. Excuse me, great qualifying result for Aston Martin after a difficult weekend in Spa. Gabriel Bortoleto seventh place. What he's been brilliant last few races. He really has. Max Verstappen in eighth. A disappointing weekend. It's probably the maximum he could have got out of that Red Bull because it just looks like an absolute dog round here. And then the RBs of Lawson and Hadjar complete the top 10. Lawson in ninth and Hadjar in 10th as Charles Leclerc is getting interviewed. Now I might just mute this for a second. I kind of want to hear what he has to say. Yeah, Leclerc saying he didn't expect it either. I don't think any of us did, to be honest. Yeah, I'm very, very, very surprised, but great lap. Um, so yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to comment on. So brilliant for Charles Leclerc, brilliant for George Russell. Alonso and Stroll doing great for Aston Martin. Bortoleto outstanding in seventh. Verstappen, like I say, I think he got everything he could have out of that Red Bull, but still a disappointing weekend for him to be eighth. Lawson Hadjar, decent, getting the top 10 again. Behrman seems to be attracted to that 11th place. Lewis Hamilton be very disappointed, down in 12th position. Carlos Sainz in 13th. Considering where his teammate ended up, I think he'd be pretty pleased with that. Colapinto, decent in 14th. Antonelli, another disappointing qualifying. And hopefully, well, see if we can get it back in the race. It's a long race ahead, 70 laps, you never know what can happen. Yuki Tsunoda, another disappointing qualifying for him out in Q1. And it looks like it's going to be another very difficult weekend in that Red Bull. Gasly in 17th, I think he'll be disappointed. Ocon 18th. Hulkenberg 19th. Alex Albon, very surprising. P20. That Williams just not hooking up to this track at all. So those guys down there are going to have to do something very different tomorrow if they want to bring themselves back into contention. But I think that's going to be everything from me. Let's drop back into this. So thank you very much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please consider leaving a like on there for me. And if you're new around here and you like what you see, why not get subscribed so you can be notified of future streams like this one. Comment below any thoughts and suggestions you may have if you're watching this on a replay. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock for the race. Thanks once again. Take care of yourselves.